May 21st, 2025, Chongqing Port, North Korea. Kim Jong Un stands by as he heads the launch ceremony of his newest destroyer-class warship. But what was supposed to be a moment of strength and power for North Korea ended in a disaster that can only be described as a major embarrassment. Here's how this disaster unfolded.
Showcase Pyongyang's growing military power reportedly malfunctioned.
North Korea has arrested 3 shipyard bosses after a humiliating warship launch flop that Kim Jong Un called a criminal act.
But personally, once again, I believe it's largely an emotional reaction by Kim Jong Un.
It's 10:45 a.m. in Chongqing Port, North Korea. The famous leader Kim Jong Un has just unveiled his Navy's newest and strongest destroyer. This ship belongs to a class known as the Shohyun class destroyers, known for their guided missile systems. This ship, the Kankon, is the second unit in its class. Like its predecessor, the Kankon, it is one of the largest surface combatants ever constructed by the Korean People's Navy. Both of those naval ships are estimated to weigh over 5,000 tons. By comparison, the largest destroyer in the world is the United States Navy's USS Zumwalt, which is over 15,000 tons. The design of this particular ship is speculated to include Russian phased array radar, an elevated deckhouse, and missile launchers with potential vertical or angled launch systems. While none of this can actually be verified 100% due to North Korea's very private and secretive nature, much of this information has only been seen via satellite. The launch event for this particular ship was to be broadcasted publicly to demonstrate just how powerful North Korea was and to remind the world's powers that they are still on the table. Kim called for the country to strengthen its maritime military presence in the Pacific Ocean in the face of what he said were provocations by the US and its allies. The launch of this ship was to be executed from launching rails, a sideways launch. This method is rarely used and typically reserved only for cases where there are significant constraints, such as limited shipyard space or restricted water access. While it can be effective, it is highly unconventional, and for North Korea, a sideways launch had never been attempted for a vessel of this size. At 10:52 a.m., as Kim Jong Un stood awaiting the ship's debut, disaster struck. The stern support system suddenly gave way, causing the rear of the ship to lurch forward into the water. However, the bow had not been detached, and it had remained firmly in place. It was instantly apparent, even to Kim Jong Un, that something had gone horribly wrong. As emergency crews and engineers scrambled to control the unfolding catastrophe, the sheer weight and momentum of the vessel, now unsupported and tilted, proved to be too much. Within 6 minutes, the stress overwhelmed the hull, causing the stern to tear and the ship to begin sinking. Ship launches of this magnitude require absolute precision. This dock was never designed to handle a sideways launch for a vessel of this class. This wasn't just a mistake, it was a glaring oversight by an incompetent regime. It may have taken an impressive 400 days to construct the ship, but it only took 7 minutes to twist, snap, and leave its hull broken, wrapped in blue tarp and laid shamefully on its side, casting North Korea's leader into a state of public humiliation. Following the incident, however, North Korea authorities swiftly arrested 3 senior officials from the Chongqing shipyard: the chief engineer, the head of construction, and the administrative manager. KCNA reported that these individuals were held responsible for the disaster. While we won't speculate too far, it's likely their fate involved far more than just a prison cell. In the wake of embarrassment, Kim Jong Un issued a stern directive: the ship must be repaired and relaunched within 30 days, or further members of the shipyard would be held accountable. The threat had worked, because just 3 weeks later, the ship was restored and launched again, this time with great fanfare and theatrical flair on June 13th, and no, it wasn't launched from its side this time.